Hello everyone, my name is the Chemist77 and welcome to episode 40 of Farming Minecraft. We've made it another 10 episodes and yeah, we've got a lot done in the world. Another 10 episodes and we'll be at episode 50 and yeah, it might be time for another world tour then. But anyway, the next 10 episodes still obviously going to be farms though. And today, as I said last week, we're going to be doing the other farm to make end rods. So last week we made a blaze farm with a double blaze spawner that I found. And those can be crafted into end rods, believe it or not. With, and there's a reason we're out in the end here, chorus fruit. So if you take some chorus fruit, and I have some down here where we're going to build a farm. So if you take the chorus fruit here and then smelt it up, you get popped chorus fruit, and then you can craft one popped chorus fruit with a blaze rod, and you are left with 4 end rods. So one chorus fruit and one blaze rod can be made into 4 end rods, and it's a lot nicer to craft them like that and build the farms than it is to try and go around all of the end cities and yeah, pick them up that way. This is what our farm is going to look like. It's a little bit awkward to farm chorus fruit. I've basically automated as much as I can with collection. The most difficult thing with farming chorus fruit is they can only be planted by chorus flowers, which have to be popped off separately from the main plants. If I head out this way, if we take this little plant as an example, you can see there's 2 chorus flowers there. That is these little round bits. And the axe is the sort of designed tool for this. You can break it instantly, but you'll see we only get chorus fruit, no chorus flowers. What you have to do is either mine the flowers themselves, and you can see they become open flowers like that. Or you can shoot them off with a bow, and then you can break it and get the chorus fruit. Now, chorus flowers can only also be planted on endstone, hence why there's endstone in the farm there, you might have noticed before. And these all grow random tick based. See it growing up like that, and they'll grow into weird shapes like that. And then eventually the flower itself will close up and look like that, and then it won't grow anymore. And so this nature of having to manually harvest, or manually, quote unquote, harvest the chorus flowers is one of the difficulties in designing this farm. And well, it wasn't necessarily a difficult solution, it's just gonna be a little bit annoying because what we have up here is rather a lot of dispensers, and these dispensers are all going to be filled with arrows, and basically every time you trigger the farm to harvest, it's going to shoot basically loads of arrows down, which should pop off enough chorus flowers to replant them. And of course, unfortunately, we do have to replant manually. It's not something that can be completely automated. And yeah, and then we have dispensers down the bottom here filled with water, which flush all the items into these gaps here, and then we have water that will flush down here. And then just here we have a simple collection system. I might actually swap some of these, at least the chorus plant filters, I might swap these out for shulker boxes, just so it's easier to like pick up a shulker box, take it over to the super smelter, and do it like that rather than having to move stuff around all the time. But yeah, that is the farm. And yeah, I think we'll get straight into a time lapse. Let's go. Alrighty, that took a little bit longer than I was initially anticipating. Each one of these dispensers, and there's more underneath this white concrete, has a stack of arrows in, and I'll be honest, I thought that I had a Fletcher that sold arrows, at least one. Turns out I didn't. I had to pull a couple more villagers out. The villager breeder, zombify, and cure them a couple times, and to stop them from putting the prices up, and get a load of arrows that way. So that's slightly on me, but as we can see as well, we've got some chorus fruit planted. There's a couple flowers that haven't closed up yet. You can see they are still growing. It's possible we'll get to see one of them close up, but maybe not. So yeah, when they're open, they're still able to grow, and then when they close like this, they won't grow anymore. So that means that we can basically activate the collection system. So what will happen is we'll press this button, which will send 2 pulses through here. So the first pulse, this redstone block will go forwards, which will depower a redstone torch here. And then when the redstone block retracts, that redstone torch gets powered, which powers this dispenser. And then this line gets repowered, which repowers the 4 corner dispensers. And that will set them all off. So we'll do it once, which sets the water off, which washes everything away. And then we hit the button again, and it sucks everything back up. Same time that happens, we get a signal going up through all of these sticky pistons and observers. It's a little bit of a scuffed way of doing it, but I was rather tired when I was designing this farm, and it was just a case of what's the first thought that comes to my mind that's not so difficult. So there's probably a better way of doing this, but what this does is it means that we only get arrows being fired from the dispensers every time the water comes out. And so I believe now, yep, everything is all shut off. So if I aim at the button, come out in free cam so you can see what happens when I press it. We'll go 3, 2, 1 and press. Signal goes up there, the arrows go down, and then the water brushes everything away. And press the button again, water gets sucked in. And then if we press it again, then we'll get arrows like that, obviously. And then we press it again, it gets sucked up. Obviously we'll only do the arrows once everything gets sucked up. How are they stuck there? That is a very interesting place to get stuck. I have no idea how they got stuck there. Now I'm hoping that we should have a little bit more than we started with, because it needs to be, it's 24 chorus flowers to fill up the thing. I think we do have slightly more. It's going to take a little while to fill up the filter for that, but yeah, as you can see, we're getting plenty of chorus fruit through. And actually, yeah, I was going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was going to replace these with shulker boxes. Now what this means is once each shulker box is full, then I can just pick it up and take it over to the super smelter over there to smelt into pop chorus fruit, which we can then use to make some things. End rods. That's the whole reason we're building this farm, is to make end rods. Obviously we don't need to worry about doing shulker boxes for this, because the only use for these chorus flowers is to replant here. And the arrows have now despawned. If I wanted to, I could like fly back in and collect them up to put back in the dispensers, but I don't have an easy way of doing that. And I shouldn't need to use this farm loads. Also, like I said, I've got a stack of arrows in there at the minute. Well, I guess now 62. As you know, it's going to be about. I think on average I get about 3 stacks per harvest of this. So 62 times 3 stacks is going to be 186 stacks of chorus fruit. Which should be more than enough for what I need. But yeah, I think that'll do it for today. It's a very much a shorter episode today. So you have to forgive me for that. I've also been very busy and I'm actually away this weekend, so I'm having to get this all done by the end of Thursday. Because I've got a train to catch tomorrow, which is Friday. But yeah, it also means there will be no stream on Saturday, the day when this is coming out. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you next time. I've got a few farms in mind that I really need to get building at some point, just from terms of getting bulk amounts of items, namely cobblestone and redstone. So yeah, we've got those to look forward to soon. And of course, we're now only 10 episodes away from episode 50. I've nearly been doing this a year now. It's just kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!